Good evening, Knox County. I'm Snow Beetle, and you're not. Welcome back to Project Zomboid New Players Survival Guide series. That's right, I'll be streaming Project Zomboid every single day until Build 42 comes out. Welcoming to the stream, Michelle. Glad to see you here. So late. Actually, it's pretty early, I guess, right now. I started a little early tonight. But we're going to jump right back in. Just a reminder, game mode is Apocalypse. Standard maps because it's straight vanilla, no mods. If you saw the previous episode where we survived our first day, in fact I think it was the first 2 days, we acquired some good melee weapons. We even have a good pistol, a little bit of ammo, and a safe place to sleep in the Rosewood Fire Station. So I was thinking today, as part of the New Players Survival Guide, we'll talk about choosing your safe house. The way I look at it, it is so important to have a safe place to retreat to rest, recuperate, heal from injuries, and just take a break from killing zombies. So I could argue either way. I would say either safe after, securing a few weapons, surviving your first night. I would say it's probably a toss-up between finding your first safe house, like actual one you're going to spend a little time in, or finding a working vehicle that you can drive. They're probably, survival-wise, they're probably equal as far as next steps. But we're going to go with safe house because, I guess mainly because we're in Rosewood and it should be pretty easy. And I guess safe house is a little bit more important because it could take a minute to find a working car. So it's good to have a place to fall back to as far as a safe house. So we will work on getting a safe house first. Welcoming Admiral Rex to the stream. Glad to see you here, as well as Smarty. Hello, hello. Thank you for returning, Admiral. I know you probably don't need any beginners or new player survival tips, but I'm glad you show up for me. Cheer me along, ask me questions, keep me honest, and help me out. So I'm glad that you're here. So let's go ahead and click start, jump back into the world. You can hear the clock ticking in the game. Use a smoke and get rid of some boredom. But first, it just popped into my head and I was thinking about it earlier. For any new players, I'd like to show you the correct way to read the Project Zomboid map, because there's usually some confusion amongst the Project Zomboid community, even amongst seasoned players. And it's not necessarily confusion, it's just the way they read the map. Some people read it differently. I'm going to show you how I read it, and you can decide for yourself which way is correct or which way works for you as far as understanding the map. So we'll open up the map. So right now, notice this road. Actually, you see the red dot here on the map. That's where we are, inside the firehouse. And you notice the road runs at an angle because of the isometric view. So technically, looking at this, it would run from the bottom left-hand corner of the screen up to the top right-hand corner. That's the way the road runs. As well as when you're looking in the world, you see the bottom of the wall. Same thing. Bottom left, top right. So, where I see the confusion coming in is which way is north, south, east, and west. So many times I hear people say the top of the screen is north, which is inaccurate. Technically, it's the top right corner of the screen is north. And the way I can demonstrate this is if on your map you come down to this grid button down here at the bottom, the second button, we click on that, it'll rotate the map to an actual normal map orientation. Now you can see the road is running straight up and down, north being at the top, south being at the bottom. So the reason I bring this up is it's mostly important in multiplayer. You're playing with someone and you're like, where are you? I will come find you. And then if they say, I'm north of the fire station, I'm in a small building north of the fire station. Well, this is the fire station, and if we're looking north, it's this orange building right here. But if we rotate it back to the default isometric, if we're in the fire station, now this other blue building is north of the fire station, if you're still saying north is up on the map. The other way I'll hear people refer to is they'll say, I'm up from the fire station, up being the blue building, or up being the orange building. So basically, you need to establish with your friends and fellow survivors how they're reading the map. So when I say north and south, north is up. Here, I'll mark it with a pen actually. We'll put north here, south is here, east is here, and west is over here. So that is what the compass looks like, and if you turn it, it's correct for regular map orientation as well. So the reason I keep it on isometric view is because that's what the world looks like. So it makes more sense to me that way. So anyway, I just thought while I was thinking about it, I would explain the map to anyone that is unfamiliar with how it works. Those are the proper compass directions in Project Zomboid. If you still want to use, like, if someone says, okay, go left, and you want to go this way because it's left on your screen, that's fine, or right, go this way. You could say that, but you could also say southwest and northeast. It just depends on how your mind works. Anyway, I thought it was a useful tip, so there you go. Let's smoke cigarettes. Now we'll talk about safe houses and how to select one. I'm gonna have to eat something too. I don't even know if I have any food left on me. Probably not. Doesn't look like it. So we're gonna have to find more food too. Okay. So with choosing a safe house, technically, the fire station could be considered a pretty good safe house. We have a safe place to sleep. We have a kitchen. We are up on the second floor with both of those, so we're pretty secure. The only problem is, go back in here so I can open the map again, just for added safety. The only problem is, this is a pretty busy area as far as south of this road. There's forests, and zombies tend to keep appearing here and potentially walking up to the fire station, as well as coming down south from these other buildings, potentially. Even though we have a double fence around us, they'll walk the line of the fence and then come around the corner. So every time you go outside, you could probably run into zombies. So as a new player, I would recommend finding a more remote location outside of town, or like on the edges of town. Don't get me wrong, you can stay in here if you want, but you're really going to have to stay on guard even more than you would, on the edges of town. Once you clear today I'm going to suggest the farmhouse north of Rosewood, just to show you where it is, and use that as the model for choosing a safe house. Now, there's no right or wrong answer to what place you choose for your base or safe house. I'm just explaining the way I do it. And right now, technically, the fire department's our safe house because this is where we've been chilling and eating and sleeping and stuff. So this is more of a temporary safe house just because I don't want to stay here. So I'll stop talking so much. And it is 7 p.m. in the game, so we'll be working in the dark, but that's okay. As we're walking down the street and stuff. We still have water and power, so we'll make sure our water bottle's topped off. And we don't have a can opener yet. But in case we find one, I'm going to go ahead and grab cans of food. Anything I could leave behind? Not really. So we'll just put that in our normal, or our main inventory. But we don't have anything else to eat here unless I have something. Oh, I do. Okay. We'll just eat these real quick. And we'll drink the entire thing of milk. Now we have boredom on the boredom moodle here. Once we go outside, that should clear up. We should be ready to go. Okay, now I just happen to know where the farmhouse is. But even if you didn't, you could just start heading out of town on any direction on the roads to find a more remote location. Hey, Nicole Plays, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. I might be tempted to grab a vehicle if I see one. If not, we're just going to walk it. And I'll drink and Doy, welcome back. Step in here for a second. So basically, we're at the southern end of Rosewood, so we need to walk north on the main strip, exit the town up north, and then we'll go across the highway and then a little bit to the northwest to the farmhouse. So we're gonna have to walk past a lot of zombies. So this is another thing. You do not have to kill every zombie you see. You can outwalk them. We're in good shape. We have no injuries. We're going to see a lot of zombies, but I'm not going to fight all of them because you don't need to. Unless you want to. If you want to, just make sure you have plenty of weapons so that you'll have spares for when they break. But for now, we're just going to walk it. Do I have a flashlight? I don't remember if I got one. I do not. That's okay. So it looks pretty clear right now. Okay, we got about 4 or 5 of them over there. Oh, and I had a hard time hearing them because of the rain. Actually, we'll use this one. That's why you don't stand around too long. He doesn't really have anything we need. Although I will grab the socks. We might be able to use them for sheet rope or rip sheets later. And we'll just start walking north on the road. I don't know. I may be tempted to go ahead and grab a vehicle if I see one. Because we are playing on vanilla, which is with no mods. And I didn't change any of the default settings. So it'll probably be pretty easy to find a car even with a key in it. But we'll see how it goes. Depends on how many Zeds I find. And for anyone that's waiting for the Sneaky Pete server run, I'll get back to it tomorrow, Monday. I just felt like playing this today. And Sundays are usually kind of slow anyway, so I think it's a good time to continue the series. Well, in order to save time, I am going to check these vehicles over here to see if maybe we can get a ride. So when you're looking, that zombie's probably seeing me. He's going to path around this, but we have time. When you're looking for a vehicle, if you look on the ground, you can see a key right there. It's probably to that van. It's right there by the tire. You get used to spotting them. But it looks basically like a little leather keychain with a key attached to it. So there's a good chance we can take that van if it has gas in it. Default settings, even Apocalypse, the vehicles are usually going to be in good shape unless they're in a car wreck. Well, let's see what kind of key this is. Again, we'll look at the local inventory Spiffo van key. I'm going to drag it to my keychain. That's on our keychain. We can open that van and potentially start it. The police vehicles are probably better cars, but if they don't have keys, it won't matter. And we will risk attracting those two guys if we walk over there, but I might take the chance. We'll probably just take the Spiffo band to save time. Black digital watch. We'll grab that for disassembly later. Feel like I should check the trunks though, at least if I can. Let's get in here first, make sure it's ready to go. This is the guy that was on the fence earlier, so he finally got it caught up to us. Alright, so we get in on this side. So for vehicles, I have to remember I'm doing a new player's guide and not take anything for granted. So when you walk up to a car, when you're by one of the doors, the green square will appear. It shows you that you are able to access that door, or I should say, yeah, you're able to access that door. So as long as this green square is lit up, that means you can do actions, you can interact with that door and or window. So I'll put the key down for a second. So if we don't have the key and it's locked, you can either right click on it and I guess it's not working because it's locked, but just like a regular door, you can press E. Oh, it wasn't locked. I'll get out again and show you what it looks like when it's locked. So here's the dashboard of the vehicle. Speedometer, or I should say, speedometer is on the right. Tachometer, gas gauge, what gear you're in. Here's your cruise control over here, bottom left. This first icon is the engine status, battery status, the door locks, the lights, heater, also AC, and the trunk. So if I click the trunk, it lights green. That means it's locked now, so no one without the key can open it, unless they break into the vehicle. Same with this. I just locked all the doors, so I'm going to get out on the other side. So much to explain. So while you're inside the vehicle, you can press the Z key and it'll bring up the, I call it the seating chart. And some notes to the seating chart. It shows us in seat 1, the driver's seat. You can click on 2 and you'll automatically move over there. Click back to 1, move back. Or you can press the number keys to do the same thing. But you have to have the UI open to do it. Another thing to notice, you see these blue doors here? That means you can exit the vehicle from that door. If there was something in the way, this blue icon would disappear and you wouldn't be able to get out that side of the door. Also, if we put something in seat number 2, let's say we'll put the bag there. So in the inventory screen, you can see the picture of the seat. And right here it says front right seat, so that's the passenger seat where I moved my duffel bag. And if we look at it in the Z menu or the seating chart, you see how it's white now? That's because the seat is full with our bag. And if you look, that blue door is gone now. Ah, crap. I'll show you how to get out of the vehicle in a second. And they would have kept beating on that window until they broke the glass and killed me, so that's why I had to grab my bag and get out real quick. The window is probably in pretty good shape, so he didn't do too much damage to it yet. Another digital watch for us to take apart later. Alright, back to business. So what I locked the door. Hey, street lights came on, yay. Okay, that's what it sounds like if the door is locked. You walk up to it on the green, hit E, you hear him trying the door, or hear her trying the door, it didn't work. We can get in on this side because we left it unlocked, or we can go pick up the key, and then we can unlock that door. So I'll go ahead and grab the key since I showed you what it sounds like. when the door is locked. Now we have the key. We can just enter because we have the key to unlock it. Okay, so inventory screen, that's the seat where we put the bag, the front right seat. And here's the glove box. Glove box can hold 10, so it's not a lot, but they did leave us a gun that's in terrible shape if you look at the condition. 10 rounds of ammo and more cigarettes. I think we have enough cigarettes, so I'm just going to leave those. Plus, we're probably taking the van anyway. So, like I said, this locks and unlocks the back. And we can look at that too. And what I did when the zombies were banging on the door is I instantly went to my seating chart. Or I take that back. Let's put the bag there again. Again, highlight the seat, right click the bag, put container, being the duffel bag in the front right seat. You hit Z. This is now white, blocking the seat. That's why the blue door is gone. So the only way I can exit the vehicle now is on the driver's side door. This is dangerous because, as you saw, the zombies came up to the driver's side. So if my only exit is where they're walking up to, that's how you get killed. So ideally, especially with a two-seater, you want to keep this seat empty. So I'll pick up my bag, put it back on my back, which is what I did earlier. And now I hit Z. And instead of switching to the seat first and then exiting the vehicle, because you could sit here, let me make sure it's clear. Hit E and you'll automatically jump out that door. But that's 2 steps. That was switching seats and then hitting E to exit. But if you bring this up, we're in the driver's seat. You can click on either blue door, but if you click on this one, you automatically slide past the seat and go directly out the door. So it's a little bit faster, especially if it's an emergency and you need to bail. So as long as you don't panic, it's really easy to get out of the vehicle safely, because since we're in the driver's seat, the zombies are all going to come to this door. So basically you could sit there, and as long as there's none on this side, wait till they get right to this door, hit Z, click the other side of the door, and walk away or run away, because they're busy on the driver's side door. As far as the trunk, or in this case the back of the van, you walk back here, you get another green outline. It's a rectangle because it's not a regular door, and you can access it by pressing E. If we look at the local inventory, right now you just see the ground, but if we hit E, we open it up, and that's all the stuff that's in the back. Let's try and keep an eye on those guys so they don't sneak up on me. You got a first aid kit, orange soda. We'll go ahead and grab that and drink it in the car. And since it's a Spiffo van, there's all kinds of random Spiffo stuff. I pressed E again to close it. While we're talking about vehicles, I can cover a couple of other things. Something I would say quite a few players don't know, or just haven't learned yet. Right now we're facing this vehicle standing in the green square to access the passenger door. And this will work on any door. Let's say there could be reasons you don't want to get in the vehicle, but you need something from inside it. Let's say I had something sitting in the glove box, which is on this side, or the passenger seat, which is also on this side. You can face the vehicle as long as you're standing in this square. Press V, get the radial menu. And one of the options is to open door. Now, if you look right now, we can only see local area inventory. Just looks like that, just the floor icon. But if we open this door, I gotta stand in the square. All right, press V. There's an option to open the door. So we've opened the door, but we did not get inside. And as long as we're standing in this green square and the door is open, we click here, you can see the seat and you can see the glove box, contents of both. And if we close the door, those go away. So you can access the inventory of the seats in the glove box for the side of the vehicle you're on. This one we could only access the driver's seat. We couldn't reach the glove box. And then of course this just acts like a trunk, so you can access it. You can also open this the same way if you don't want to press E, but E is probably faster. We'll talk about vehicle mechanics later, but this rectangle is for the hood, the engine compartment. So you could do here and press E, and that'll open the UI for the engine compartment and all of the stats about the vehicle. It's in pretty good shape. You can click here on the gas tank. It shows there's a little bit of gas, but not much. One out of 53, or 1% remaining. Battery has a good charge. We'll go over this stuff later. Engine's not great, but it's workable. But another thing you can do to access the engine compartment, especially with modded vehicles, there's sports cars and stuff where, say, the engine's in the back instead of the front. So you walk up to a vehicle, you don't know what kind of vehicle it is, you don't know where the engine. If it's like a big military truck, it could even be on the side. So the easiest way to find the engine compartment quickly is to walk up to any side of the vehicle, press the U key, and you'll walk automatically to where the engine compartment is and open it up. Alternatively, I think you can do it with the radial menu too. Press V and you click on the wrench. Again, you'll walk to the engine compartment. So that just saves the hassle of trying to find the engine compartment, like which side it's on. And sometimes they're smaller, so it can be hard to actually get the highlight to pop up for you to access the vehicle. Those are a few little shortcuts. Another thing to note, this van only has 2 doors, so you can't see it there. But on the police car, you have 2 doors on each side. So when we walk up to this one, note that this is for the front door. See this little tiny rectangle inside the square? It's towards the front of the vehicle. That's telling you you're standing at the front door. This is towards the front. If you go to the back one, notice the rectangle is towards the back of the car. That way you know you're on the square to get into the back of the vehicle. And the reason that's important is if you're standing right here, you could easily go back between either one, and you want to make sure if you want to get in the driver's seat that you're on this one and not this one. And that's how it's kind of like a shortcut. Okay. I wonder if I should wait for the sun to come up before we start driving. We should look in these cars anyway. That one has a little bit of gas. I do have a gas can on me, so we're going to try to get more gas out of these vehicles. And the way we can do that, we'll get the gas can out. I think it'll do it automatically, but it's faster if I put it in my main inventory instead of the bag, so that we're ready to go. You don't need to know which side of the vehicle the gas tank is on. You basically face the vehicle and always look around every once in a while to make sure you're safe. Press V again. Now if there is gas you could siphon, a little red gas can will pop up. It'll look like this. I'll show you on this one because we know there's gas in here. Press V. Siphon gasoline's an option because there's gas in there. So that means there is no gas in this police car. Alternatively, you could right click on the car. I don't know if it has to be the door. I just always right click on the door. And there'll be, that's a bad example. There'll be an option to siphon gasoline. And you can use your empty gas can or bottle or whatever. I prefer the radial menu, but you could right click as well. Vaco Plays, welcome to the stream. Going out. Left a like. Have a good one, my friend. Thank you for the like. Everyone, if you're looking for more Project Zomboid content, Vaco Plays is an excellent channel. He's a funny guy. He is a beast when it comes to killing zombies. So I highly recommend checking out his channel if you're looking for more content to watch. Luckily, the police car was unlocked, so we're inside the driver's seat. The glove box has a ton of stuff. It even has a key in it. So we'll probably take this one because the police car is usually in better shape than the Spiffa van. Has more horsepower, so it makes sense that we take this one instead. So I'll grab this key. Grab the ammo too. Okay. Smoke a cigarette real quick. Another thing to notice in the police vehicles specifically, you press the seating chart Z key. Notice that it has 4 seats and it has 4 doors. But you'll notice only the driver's door, front passenger door are accessible, and that's because it's a police car and there's a divider between the front and back seat. And the reason that's important is, let's say I had my, oh, got a sub coming in.
Justin F. subscribed to the channel.
Justin F., welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Glad you're here. What is it? Drunk on Life says, come on in, take your shoes off, get comfortable. I need to come up with my own greeting, but that always pops into my head when I get a sub. So yeah, exiting the vehicle, you won't be able to exit out of the back because you're in the front seat. So if you had your bag in the passenger seat here, this door would be blocked and you'd only have one exit. It's always good to have two exits. So alternatively, and if you did want to get in the back seat, this is what's going to happen. Make sure it's clear before I do this because it's going to be automated. All right. So press Z and say I click the seat 3. My character will get out of the car and get in the back because it can't hop into the back seat like you could with a regular sedan. And now if we look at it, you can only access the 2 back doors. Again, because it's a police car. So that is how that works. Only 11 to 500. It's so close. We're getting there. We're getting there. So yeah, we'll probably take this car, but we'll just have to get some gas for it as well, since we have the keys and all. I'll double check it, but it's probably in much better shape than the van was. And yes, we need to get sleep, but we have a minute. Okay, gas tank is empty. Battery is charged. Engine's in great shape. 480 horsepower. That may even go up when we put the key in the ignition. I don't know why, but sometimes it does. But everything else is in the green except for like the trunk lid. So one of the tires is looking a little rough, but it's not too bad. So we're going to get gas for the police cruiser instead of the van. Again, we'll press V. No gas. What about this one? No gas. Okay. So unless there's a gas can in the trunk or something, we're out of luck on those. So we won't get very far in the van or the cruiser with a little bit of gas, but I already have alcohol wipes. I do. Bad Sad, welcome to the stream. Glad you made it. Maybe there's possible there could be a full gas can in the back, but not likely. More shotgun shells, we'll take those. Nightstick, good weapon. We'll replace, can it fit in here? No. It's a good thing we found a vehicle because we're going to start having too much stuff and we're going to be over encumbered, so we'll have to unload some of this stuff in the vehicle we're going to drive. Gun's not in great shape, so we'll leave it. Yeah, I'll leave that like that for now. Oh, I should check the radio in here too. We might be able to get the emergency broadcast frequency. Vaco is saying, what is that, Vaco? Is that Finnish or Polish? Talking to Bad Sad. Bad Sad says, what are we doing today apart from choosing a safe house? That's pretty much it. New player's guides. I'm going slow for people looking to learn the game. Like people that just got it or haven't played it in a long time. Just because I see a lot of frustrated players in the subreddit. They can't survive more than a few hours or a day. So trying to help them get past that. Polish. I said something about Bad Sad's mama. That's what I thought. This is Polish. It means good morning. Fair enough. Oh, yes. So radio. Again, we're in the driver's seat. You do it in the passenger seat too. There's an option to bring up device options, which is the radio. So we'll click that. Again, you click the drop down. So right here, automated emergency broadcast system. It's frequency 90.6. So now we know the frequency. It changes with every new world. It's like random. So knowing that is important. Since we're not going to be taking this vehicle, we just want the frequency for whatever radio we want to put that in. So we know it's 90.6. So what I usually do is I'll open my map. And you choose anywhere on the map. I just choose the bottom right corner so I can find it easier. And then I'll put EBS 90.6. So later, when I find a radio I want to put that in, I know what the frequency is and I can program it, because not all radios will have that already programmed in. So now we can do it ourselves. Because basically, let me bring it up again. I'd have to start the car to do it, but you could add a preset, add the frequency, call it whatever you want, turn it on, do tune in, and you'd be able to listen in on that frequency. So really the biggest problem is we want to take that cruiser. We're only going to get a tiny bit of gas out of that van. So we are not going to get very far. I'm going to have to find more gas. We could come back for it later, I suppose. In fact, that's probably what I should do since the sun is up. More ammo. Sweet. And a scope. Alright, we'll put some of the heavy stuff in here. We'll put the extra axes. Put the shotgun shells since we don't have a shotgun yet. So basically I open the trunk and I'm accessing... I open the trunk lid and I'm accessing the trunk inventory from the back of the car. And just dragging stuff over there, throwing it in the trunk. We don't need to carry the nails either. We'll throw those in there. Everything else I prefer to keep on us. We can throw the watch in there. We need the empty gas can for the moment. Another watch. Alright, that lightened us up a little bit. We have some room in our bag now, so that's good. So, this, I don't know for sure. But I think the trunk lid acts like the hood does to the engine. I think it protects the trunk. So I always close it before I drive around. I've never been able to confirm that. I've heard conflicting stories. But I just think it's a good habit to keep it closed, just like the doors to the car. Oh, it's a tutorial stream. It is bad sad. It is. Trying to help the new folks get their Zomboid legs. That'll be very handy. Okay, I hope so. So, did I put anything back here? Not really. We'll take the gas out of here. We'll do siphon gas. Character automatically walks to where the gas door is. And we'll take whatever gas is in there. Not a lot. And put it in the police cruiser. In this case, you press V, it has plus in the gas can for add gasoline. She'll automatically put it in. And we'll keep the gas can on us. Going into my main inventory where it is, drag it back in the bag. And then we have it for when we find more gasoline. So I think we'll come back and pick this up. We have the keys, but I don't want to spend a bunch of time in the stream finding gasoline. If I see an opportunity to grab gasoline, I'll fill up the gas can, but otherwise I'm just going to keep walking. So when you're going to travel through an urban area, I don't necessarily need to take him out, but we'll keep an eye on him. If you walk near the buildings, you're more likely to run into zombies. If you walk in the middle of the street, you'll run into zombies as well, but at least you have more room all around you to react, maneuver around them, and just keep walking, which is what I'm going to do. I should have went to sleep first, so that was a mistake, but let's take this guy out real quick. And sometimes when you're sleepy, it's better to just knock them down and stomp on them. So at least they can't swing at you. And they don't have anything we need. Alright. Debating on if I should sleep a little bit. Because this very tired Moodle is bad for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in the police station. We slept in here before. Should still be clear, but just in case we're going to be on our guard. I have the aiming outline out, pipe wrench in hand. Looks clear. Close that. Alright. Drink first, then fill. I hear zombie, or the music's getting dramatic, so they saw us. Don't really want to fight those guys, but I guess we don't really have a choice. We'll go out this door. You see I stumbled a little bit there. I hit E, but I wasn't lined up with the door. Okay, so this is a bit of a problem. Let's get past these guys. Just because I'm tired, otherwise I would probably fight them. The problem with being very tired is your ability to do damage is reduced so much. You just end up destroying your weapon, and it takes forever to kill them. Which means more time that you could potentially get killed, so I should probably go back to the fire station to sleep. So we'll run across the street. Hopefully we'll get out of line of sight before they can catch up to us. And it should still be clear because we were over here yesterday. When you're approaching corners of buildings, do not run up or do not walk past the corner like that, because there could be one standing right there that you don't see. So either take it wide or run past, or both. That way if there's one right there, they can't just bite you. Alright, so we'll stop here for a second. Pause. So, we had the 4 or 5 zombies in the police station tracking us. We're very tired. There's at least 2 in the parking lot here. We could probably take them one at a time with very tired, which is probably what I'm going to do. But this is usually where a lot of new players get in trouble. You overestimate the damage you can do when you're tired, and then you get too deep into it. Your character gets exerted, and then they finally overwhelm you, or more show up. That's even worse. So this is where you have to decide, what do you want to do? We could fight these 2 guys, or we could try to walk around the building and lose them on one of the windows. We can walk them across the street and use these fences to have them topple over and then try to kill them on the ground. They're all options. You just have to decide what is your strength and play to your strength. There's nothing wrong with walking away and losing them, because this is about survival. If you try to fight every zombie you see, they're going to get you eventually. So unless you're a beast like Vigo plays, then you kill everything. But that's just not my way. So I want to get in there and go to sleep. So I'm going to try to kill these 2. Hopefully the ones from across the street aren't still tracking me. If they are, then we're going to have a problem, and I'm probably going to have to ditch them around the side of the building. But we'll try to take these guys out first. So what do we got over here? They're not coming. Only one is tracking me right now. So I'm going to try to take this guy out first by pushing him. Let him get close enough. Push. He didn't fall down. Push. Push. All right. And if that's another thing. They're coming. If they're trying to get up and they're still in the getting up animation, if you hit them, they fall back down to the ground. That's the best way to control them and keep them on the ground. I'm standing on him right now, so he shouldn't be able to get up. Uh-oh, YouTube's telling me it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. The last time I tried to clear this up, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm going to tab out, go to OPS, stop it, and start it real quick. So you might see a pause or a delay or a little bit of lag, but I'm going to try to clear it up. It must be dropping frames. So if I stop it, okay, stream health looks better now. That worked last time, seemed to work again. So whenever it starts lagging like that, I always test my connection before I start. We have a solid connection, so I don't know why that happens sometimes. Anyway, we have some coming from across the street. This guy by the fence, there's probably another one. So now we potentially have 3 to 4, which is Potentially too many to fight, but I'll see how quickly I can kill this guy. We might be able to pull it off. Now, in my experience, if you stomp, you do more damage than you do with like a pipe wrench when you're tired like this. So I'm going to try stomping before I use the pipe wrench just because I think it'll go faster. Let's see. It's because we're tired that it's taking so long. Alright. See if we can push this guy down. And this is why you don't fight too many at once, because when you're tired like this, it takes a while to kill them. And that's when they overwhelm you. M9 magazine. Nice, we'll take that. Don't need another bulletproof vest. Alright. That guy hasn't seen us yet. So technically, if we sneak, we should be able to get past him. So we'll hit C to crouch. Just keep an eye on him. Walk quietly. If he doesn't see us, we'll just go inside and sleep. Of course, I left the door open, so there might be some inside. I'll have to be careful. Get out of the crouch position. Looks clear. I'm just crouching so they don't hear me from outside. See if we can get up the stairs. See if this room is clear. Did he see me? He sure did. So we want to get him before he breaks the window. Open the window by pressing E. I don't really want to fight him, but he'll break that window, come in and wake us up anyway, so we might as well take care of him now. We'll try with the pipe wrench. Yeah, it's about the same as stomping, I guess. We'll take the watch for later, crouch again, and get upstairs. Still need food, too, so I was too busy with messing with the cars. I knew that was going to happen. But let's get in here and go to sleep. Close the window. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Good tip, bad sad. Yeah, if you have windows and doors intact, always close them. I just forgot. And that is how you die. Alright. They can still break it, but at least we'll hear them, you know. If it's open, they just slip in quiet like and kill you. Or sneak up on you anyway. Try to kill you. Alright, again, I usually put furniture in front of the doors just for a little extra security. We're probably fine, but I tend to get paranoid, so that's how I do. And again, if you didn't see in the previous episode, to pick up furniture, over here on the left you have this, I call it the pickup tool. It looks like a little nightstand. You have the option to pick up, to place, to rotate, and to disassemble. So you use pick up, it gives you a little square, put it under the table, and now you have the option to pick it up. And then if you switch to place, then you can put it back down. That's how you move furniture. Not all furniture is created equal. Like if we wanted to pick up this bed, notice it says we need carpentry level 2. That's why it's in red, because we don't have it. There's also a 75% chance you're going to break the bed. So you can't pick up all furniture. Some of it requires more skill. But the tables, you're really just picking up a table. The bed, I guess you're kind of disassembling it to be reassembled in another location. So we'll go ahead and sleep. We don't want to sleep the whole day away. So let's just take a nap of like, I don't know, 4 hours. This is my watch. So 10, we'll say 2 p.m., just like last time. Set the alarm, go to sleep. That should be enough to get rid of the tired noodle, I think. All right. Move this table again. Oh, and what I'm doing here to turn it, trying not to take anything for granted, it says we can place it like this. Now, when you normally left click it to place it, but if you left and hold left click and you drag it, you can pull away from it while you're holding the mouse button down, and it'll face the way you're pulling away. So I had it like this. I want it to look correct, so I pulled it towards me, and now it'll place it in that position. That way you can put the furniture facing the way you want. Smoke a cigarette. Try to clear any noodles you can. We still don't have food that we can eat yet. So we're kind of... Actually, there might be something in the fridge still. I think there were some veggies in there. Package of fresh corn. So here's something to note. We just took it out of the freezer. So it's frozen, and it says boredom in the red, it's 30. Unhappiness, also 30. It's because they're frozen. We could eat them right now, but our character's not going to be happy. Since we have electricity and a working stove, let's go ahead and defrost this corn. Turn this on. We'll watch it defrost, and then corn won't cook like meat or whatever, or other meals, but we'll just so we'll just take it out and basically eat it raw, I guess. It just won't be frozen anymore. So as soon as this thaws out, boredom and unhappiness should go away, or it might even go up in the green. Another note, never leave food in the oven while it's on. We'll go ahead and grab this, turn it off. So now, packaged corn. It doesn't give us any happiness or reduce boredom, but at least it doesn't make us sad. So we'll go ahead and eat the whole thing. We'll drink this orange soda we found too. Give us some more calories. We're still a little bit peckish anyway. And you can see the orange soda does take 12, gets rid of 12 hunger, 85 thirst, and makes you a little bit happy because it's a sugary drink. Now we have an empty bottle from it, so I'll just put that down. You could drop it, but I prefer to place stuff. It just looks cooler. Alright, no moodles. We're good to head out. I forget who it was that said it. It might have been Admiral that said it to me, but Zomboid. Well, I think he specifically said it about hardcore Project Zomboid, but really any Zomboid. If you're a new player, the game is about patience. Like, I want that police car, but I don't want to take it before I have gas, because if I run out of gas, then it's going to be, I'm probably going to have to bail in a highly populated area, and it'll be harder to get the car back. So that's why we're going to leave it over there in the parking lot until we have gas, and we can come back and get it. We don't have to have it right now. It's completely safe there where there are no zombies, so it'll be easier to come back and get it later. Now we could sneak down the entire road, but it'll take longer because he moves slower, so I'm just going to walk normally. If they see us, we can outwalk them or fight them if necessary. Peaceca, welcome to the stream. I am new. Can you make it so I suck less? I can. You're in the right place. Oh, there. So that's quite a few. I was just going to point out, so right here you can see the trees, but this is actually a wall right here. The reason you can see through it is because it's because we're standing next to it, so we can see ourselves. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to see our characters. So there's actually a fence right there. And technically I could kill these guys, but there's really no benefit. I might be able to get gas out of those cars, maybe, but having to kill them all, I can't. It may not be worth it. So what I'll do is I'll run up to this one real quick and see if there's any gas in it. By doing what I told you, press the V key. There is. So I saw the siphon option on the wheel. So that means there's gas in there. So it might be worth taking these guys out. Of course, now I got to kill all of them. Or I can ditch them on a building. I'll show you that because it's a new player. That's probably going to be the best thing you can do. So what I would say is, since there's that many, we can hop this fence. E to hop over. I'll pause for a second. So when you go to hop over a fence like that, if you're over encumbered, like you have the over encumbrance moodle, or if you're exerted, maybe even if you're tired, but I'm not positive on that, you may not climb it on the first attempt. You may not be able to climb it at all. So be pay attention to what your moodles are before you try to hop a fence, especially if zombies are that close to you. Because if you don't make it on the first attempt and they're walking up behind you, they're going to get you. So now what they're doing is they can't climb it, so they're going to walk all the way down there and come around the fence. So I'll just stand here and wait till they go. Of course, now there's 3 over here. We can wait till they get all the way down there, or even a little bit up on this side. And then we can hop over, and we only have 3 to take care of. Oh, they're doubling back. Just the one. We're not tired anymore, so I think we can take 3. But I don't want to hop over too close, because they're going to come right at me as soon as I hop over. So we'll come down here a little bit. That should be enough space. Position ourselves so that we can take them one at a time. I believe this is called kiting. I don't know what kiting is exactly. Whoa, they're coming back. Alright, plot thickens. Now because we're panicked, strong panic, we're going to do less damage. So we got to pay attention to that. We have to realize it's going to take us longer to kill these guys. If they get too close, you'll push instead of swing. And then walk away because we're backing up to a fence. Are there more by those cars? A couple. I'll show you on the cars over here. So see how they're kind of bunched up? When they get spread out like that, shoulder to shoulder, they're more dangerous. We can use these cars or the buildings or the fences to try and get them back in line. So if you stand behind the vehicle a little bit, they'll form a line and come around the sides. So that thinned them out a little bit as far as like getting them in a line so they're easier to hit. And I whiffed that one swing. They're too close together, so I move a little bit. Now they're spread out again. Again, if they're starting to get on top of you, just back off a little bit. Alright. So it wasn't too bad. Checking for loot. Nothing spectacular. How about these guys? Another watch for later. Alright. Pipe wrench is the... I've never known how to pronounce that. Jolnir of PZ. I know what you're talking about. Think so? Yeah, it's a pretty good weapon. When I first started playing, short blunt was the way. I still like it as a weapon, but I tend to go I guess I use the nightstick and stuff. But a pipe wrench is definitely a good weapon in the beginning, for sure. I agree. Okay. So now there's probably 2 more zombies over by those cars. We can get some gas, as we saw. It's the crowbar of the short blunt. That's a very good way to say it, and I agree. We'll just stay away from those guys for now. Hanging out at City Hall. They shouldn't be loitering, I'm sure it's against the rules, but not my circuits, not my monkeys. So we'll take out these 2 and then we'll have access to these vehicles. See how he was getting up? I hit him and put him back down. So the whole thing is you have to hit them as they're getting up before they actually stand up on their feet. All right, we'll get the gas from this one. And it's in my duffel bag. That's why it's taking a while to get it out. Walks there automatically. Now this is taking a while to get some gas, so we might even get a full gas can. Make sure we're clear and then I'll check it. Okay, so if we look in our inventory, and remember, the top half is like basically in our pockets, and then below this line is stuff we're holding or wearing. So to find the gas can that we're holding, which shows up in our secondary, you can't look at it here as far as how much it has, but you can scroll down and find it in your hands. So it's about halfway full. Not too bad. We'll go ahead. Because it only filled the can halfway, we know that car is out of gas. We'll check the other one. Facing it, press V. We have the option to add or siphon because we have gas in the gas can. So we're going to siphon, try to top off this gas can. And we can also expand that and watch if it filled up. Not quite. But we emptied out both vehicles, and that's a good amount of gas. So I think we should take the police car. Check the trunks while we're here. Something to note, these are car wrecks. That's why they're totally smashed up looking and right next to each other in the middle of the road. Notice there's no green square for the door. That's because the vehicle's inaccessible. You can only get into the hood if it's, or not the hood. Well, actually the hood too. The hood or the trunk if the trunk is unlocked. Otherwise, you won't be able to get in there because you can't access the trunk release. Did I check this one? I don't remember now. Tissue, that's right. And then this one's locked. We can't get inside it, so we can't get in the trunk on that car. So we'll run back to our police car, put this gas in there. I think I took the other gas out of the van already. I did. We'll add what gas we have. We'll compare the van and the police car real quick so I can give you a better idea of why I'm taking it. These are the 3 things I compare. And I want to say in order of importance, but it's kind of a mixed thing. So first things first. Also, you can look at the seating chart standing outside of a car as long as you're standing next to it facing it. Press Z. You can see there's 4 seats in there. This one has 2. I prefer 4 over 2 because you can carry more stuff in the seats. Next, we'll check the engine compartment again. This one, we click on engine. It has 480 horsepower, so it has more power to tow, move stuff, and just drive faster. It also has an 84% engine condition, which means it's going to run. It's not going to stall on us. We come back over to this one. Click on the engine. It also has 400 horsepower. I didn't know Spiffo vans were that beefy, so that's actually pretty good. But the engine condition is 40%, so it's going to stall often. If the engine was actually in better condition, I would probably take the van now that I see it's 400 horsepower. And the reason is, the third thing I checked is how much, did I not press the wrong button? E. All right. The back of the van will hold 102 units, okay? The police trunk will hold only 33. So you can carry more loot in the van. So if the engine wasn't so low in condition, I would take the van over the police car. But because we don't want the car to stall on us, we're going to go ahead and take the police car. P-Scout says if you find the mail service version of that van, it has police stats. You know, I think I noticed that once, and that's pretty cool. Those are some solid vans. And the mail service vans usually have books in the back, so that's helpful as well. All right, so now what we're going to do, I'll check the map. Get back. Also, if you're somewhere on the map and you need to get where you are on the map, you click on the C button here and it automatically centers on where you are. You can probably hit the C key too. I've never tried it. Let's see. Yep, the C on the keyboard works as well. So I was going to walk north on this road, but now that we have a vehicle with some gas, I'm going to drive north because it'll be faster. But they're pretty rare finds. It's true. I haven't seen them that often. Probably just a handful of times, to be honest. Okay. So, since we have the key, if you look on our keychain, this Chevrolet Nyala, that's the police car. And of course, the Spiffo van is for the Spiffo van. We can do it a couple of ways. You can, since we have the key on our key ring, you can click on the ignition, and it'll put the key in there, but it won't start it. If you click it again, it'll put it back on your key ring. Or you can click on the engine icon right here. That'll attempt to start it. So you heard it try to start because of the base, probably the engine quality, not condition. It may not have been 100%, so it didn't start right away. So we'll have to try again. So you can click on the ignition again. You can also press the W key, for moving forward. And that'll also attempt to start the vehicle. It started that time, so now we can drive away. P-Scout says, by the way, if you use the grid icon on the map pane, it makes the map flat instead of an angle. Yeah, I was actually showing that earlier. That's why I have the north, south, east, west on there. I was showing people that's the true directions there. This is isometric view. Because people seem to get confused when I watch them, on streams and stuff, trying to communicate which direction buildings are in. So I was showing them that. But yes, you are correct, sir. Alright. Now, the key to driving, it's WASD, of course, but it takes a while to get used to navigating. At least it did for me. Because right now, we're going forward, and then it feels like you should press S, to go the other direction, but that's just reverse. So you have to turn around. You're still going to use W to move forward, just in the opposite direction. So it can be a little bit... It feels a little unnatural unless you played a game that drives this way. I never had before, so... we have less than a quarter tank gas, so I don't want to waste it too much. Really, the best way to learn how to drive is to get in and drive. You want to try to not hit zombies, because it will damage your hood and eventually your engine, ruining the car. As well as other parts of the vehicles. They can break windows, all kinds of stuff. So ideally, you don't want to hit the zombies unless you really have to. P-Scout, PZ movement is odd. It is easily the thing that confused people the most. I agree. And you can tell people that have driven a lot in this game and those that haven't. Just based on... Even I do it sometimes. I'll zig when I should zag and hit a tree or whatever. You just kind of... You can lose your bearings pretty easily. And hit the wrong key, or just... It doesn't respond fast enough. I've had that happen too. So just like real driving, you got to be careful. If we press V, we have access to all these things. If you had a burglar occupation, or you had level 1 electrical, level 2 mechanics, you could try to hotwire it, but we already have the key, so we don't need to do that. Switching seats, this is the same as pressing the Z key that I showed you earlier for the seating chart. Exit vehicle, like the blue doors in the seating chart. Here you could sleep in the car, you just have to shut it off first. I thought you could just stop it, but maybe not. This again accesses his engine compartment, but you'll get out of the vehicle to do it. This you could lock all the doors, you can open the windows. This is what it looks like to open the windows. And why would you want to open windows? B, roll down window. You can kind of see it, it disappears. That way you can, anything I can drop. Not really. I'll just drop a watch. You can drag and drop it, and look. If you look at the ground next to the car, you actually drop it out of the window. Well, it's sort of under the car, but you can drop stuff out the window if you want. That way, you can also shoot out. And you used to be able to melee out the window, but I don't know if you can do that anymore. I heard rumors that they got rid of that. But don't forget to roll your window up because they'll bite you right through it. Other items, light bar. This dial here, different settings for the actual lights. A little bit faster and even faster. I like to use those at night because it helps you see around your perimeter. But the zombies don't see the flashing lights. All it is, you know, for visibility. These are the actual siren sounds. We don't want to do that right now because it'll attract, what is it, 100 tiles in all directions? Something like that. But if you wanted to bring zombies in, you could use it for that. But we're going to skip that for now. I think that's everything. Oh, horn, same as pressing Q. Turn the heater AC on, you click on that, it brings up the controls. You could also click on the little wavy lines on the dash to bring up the same thing. You put it down cold, turn it on for AC, put it on hot, turn it on for heat, depending on what you need. Whale Grin, welcome to the stream. You agree on the driving or PZ movement being confusing? Yeah, for sure. Peacock says holding down W while braking makes you stop really nice and slow. I'm not sure what you mean. The door icons on the seating plan to get out other doors. Exactly. I was showing that earlier as well. Peacock reminded me, probably for like the first 2,000 hours I played this game, I would use the S key to stop. But if we turn around, S key is actually for reverse. I'm not sure why the lights are coming on because I'm not hitting the brakes. But basically, if you hit S, you're actually hitting reverse, so you stop slower. But if you use the space bar, which is actually the brake, you stop a lot faster. So I started using the space bar as a brake instead of the S key because it's actually brake instead of reverse. And I'm not sure what you mean about holding down W while braking. Makes you stop slow? I'll try that. Let's see. I must be doing it wrong, but maybe worth trying in the future. I meant if you're still holding down W while braking, it takes forever. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Oh, and there's two ways to turn on the headlights. You can click on the light icon here. You can also press F for flashlight. Either way, it turns it on. Sometimes you'll turn it on and the light won't appear in front of you. I don't know if it's a bug or a glitch or whatever. If that happens, just tap the brake and they'll come on. But anyway, that's how you turn the lights on. So that's basically how the basics of operating the vehicle. I'm going to try to drive through all the zombies and get to the farmhouse, since we're getting sleepy already. Just trying to avoid hitting the zombies if I can. And it can help. I know it helps me. Oh, I don't have minimap turned on. I'll have to fix that. I use it like a little GPS, which they didn't have in 93 really, so it's a little bit cheesy, I suppose. Population's actually not too bad. But I'm just going to keep going north until I hit the main highway, which is right here. I probably should have gone straight across, actually. Just because I know there's a farmhouse up here. And you'll find your favorite spots as far as Safehouse. This is one of mine. Just because there's less zombies up here, once we clear it out anyway. Now, we're going to have to clear out the house, or in front of the house at least. So what we can do is we can stop the vehicle here. We can shut it off, but keep the headlights on so we can see a little bit. And use our two-handed weapon. Hopefully nothing comes up behind us. We are a little bit sleepy, so we're losing some damage. That's where the cat's eyes comes into play. See how the road is a lighter color? The driveway is a lighter color than the grass. If we were in the grass right now, it'd be harder to see, but well, the headlights are working for us now, but if you're not within the headlight range, then cat's eyes is going to help you a lot. Just want to try to keep it so no one's behind you. See how much darker it is on the grass? It's really hard to see them. Oh, whipped it. It's taking a little longer because we're tired, but that's alright. Okay. Let me see what P-Scott's saying. You also get a big damage bonus if you are standing still. I noticed that. My only argument against that is if you miss. I mean, no, you're correct, but occasionally I'll whiff the swing, and if I do that, they might get me. So I tend to back up every time, but you're right about that. It's kind of like you're charging the swing or whatever. So often running ahead and stopping can give you a boost when you're tired or fatigued. I think I've done that a few times. Again, I'm worried about missing and getting grabbed, but definitely worth learning for sure. I don't remember if I checked these guys. Okay, so we've cleared. There could still be some behind the house. And obviously inside the house. Ooh, we got a West Point map. I don't think I've gone over that yet, so we'll look at the map too. Get back in the car for a second. Shut the light off so we don't kill our battery. Alright. Okay, so we look at our map. We scroll out all the way. We have Riverside because we read that map on it was an annotated map, so it revealed all of Riverside to us. Well, that's the only one we have revealed. Well, we just found a West Point map, so it's roughly over here. So if we read the West Point map, let's right click and do read. It'll show us some detail. Close it. Now if we go into our map, West Point is revealed on our map. So that's why you read all the maps you find at least until you get them all clear, or I should say all showing on your map. And then up here, this big area is Louisville. I think it's like 9 or 12 maps. So you got to find all of them to reveal the whole city. But this is where we drove through. We started here, drove up the streets. And actually, this is Rosewood, but let's look at the key on the West Point map. So if you look here, it shows you the colors of the buildings and what they are. So we'll just take a couple. Residential, that looks like orange to me. I've heard some people call it brown, so if it looks brown to you, that's fine, but it looks orange to me for residential. Light blue is hospitality, and we'll say blue or purple. I guess it's purple because this is blue. Community services are purple, hospitality is blue, residential is orange. Well, it works for all maps. So if we go back to our main map, these are the purple ones. Those are community services, fire station, police station. I think there's a court building. These green ones, I believe they're commercial. All these orange ones are homes because they're residential. These blue ones, I think that's a hotel. And then the yellow was like dining, restaurants, stuff like that. Black is industrial warehouses. So it gives you an idea of what type of building you're looking at before you get there. I'll go ahead and put the West Point map in the glove box because we already read it. We'll just leave the car there for now. Alright, so different schools of thought on this. I'm about to go in and clear this house. Make sure there's no... Oh boy, we got some friends up there. Maybe I should sleep in the police car. Could sneak in a back window or something maybe. Let's see. It's just tough because we don't have a flashlight to see. But what I was going to say is right now I have the axe in my, both hands. It's a slower swing. We're tired. So I would usually clear a house. I would switch to a smaller weapon like small blunt. In this case, a pipe wrench. So when we go inside, we can swing faster. And also, there is like a minimum swing range. So with an axe, if the zombie's too close to you, you might push instead of swing. It'd be a little bit more dangerous and sketchy. But with the pipe wrench, you have a smaller distance, so you might be able to hit them instead of push them. So that's usually why when I clear a house, I use smaller weapons or firearms, but we're not there yet. So let's see if I can peek inside. They haven't seen me yet. We'll look through this window. Lights aren't on, so I can't see too well. Now this countertop here is to the left of the window. That will prevent a zombie from being there. But this corner, there could be a zombie standing there because I don't know what's there. If we climbed in here, we would climb over the oven. Also a little bit risky because a zombie standing here could run over and get us while we're, dropping down to the floor. So it's not ideal. Could be Zed's in the backyard. We'll check this window. That looks pretty clear. So what we could do, see if we can see that window from this side. Make sure it's clear. Alright, so I can see a refrigerator on the other side of that window. And there's nothing on this side. So it should be safe to go in that window if we can get it open. I'm going to check this corner just because there could be one right here. But there isn't. I'm not going to check the backyard yet. Alright, hold down E to get in. Tap it to close it. Alright, we are inside the house and those other zombies did not see us. This door is not accounted for yet. Can't tell if there's a door. You can right click to see. Open door, so there's a door there. Turn the light on now, you can see the door. Alright. Maybe we'll crouch just in case the zombies get close to the house. We don't want them to hear us. We need to get some sleep, but let's get some food first if we can. Granola bar, we'll have a snack. What's our weight doing? Click on our health icon. We're still at 79, not bad, but we are losing weight. I'm going to go ahead and eat this entire thing of peanut butter. Also, another habit to get into, you do this a couple of ways. You can see the curtains on this one. They're on this one too. You can barely see it. But if you right click on the window, there's an option to close curtains. That'll maintain a blocked line of sight from the zombies. Does this one have it too? I don't see curtains on this one. So that one we can't, we'd have to find a sheet to cover up. So you could right click, do close, same thing for open. Or if you can come over here and just click at the bottom of the curtains, is usually what I do, it'll automatically close. So it's good to close those while you're exploring, if you can. We're going to take all of this. Take all this as well. Hopefully we find a can opener in one of these cabinets. These are good, basic weapons in the beginning, but we're beyond that, so we're going to leave those unless we need them for cooking. This is going to be our safe house anyway, so I probably shouldn't even be collecting all this stuff. But we found our first can opener. Can opener is a good find because it opens up the world of food that never spoils. I'm going to go ahead and grab these just because I'm being greedy. We're going to stay here, so I could have left everything in the cabinets. It's just habit. Okay, so we're thirsty. We'll go ahead and... One thing we could do is we do have a spare bottle of water. So if I didn't have a water source, I could just drag this bottle of water out of the duffel bag into the main inventory, and then our thirst would be taken care of. But you won't auto drink out of a water container that's inside your bag, so keep that in mind. Because the one in our main bag is the bleach bottle, which is now empty. So we'll go ahead and drink first, get rid of our thirst, and then fill the bottle. And now all we have to worry about is being tired. Probably go upstairs, open up a can of food, eat it real quick, and then go to sleep. That guy probably took himself out. We should clear the whole house, though. Getting ahead of myself. Again, you can push on the door. You can hit the door. But then again, I don't want to make too much noise in here, so we'll just open it. All right. Looks clear. Poor guy. Yeah, we'll take the key to the house. Why not? Another duffel bag. I think we have two already. Yeah, we'll take it. Empty bottle. Looks like he drank bleach. Probably take... Yeah, we have good enough water bottles. We'll just leave it on the ground. Oh, there's more on the ground. 3. He drank 3 bottles of bleach? Jeez, brother. That's awful. All right, we'll close this. TV is on. Go ahead and turn it down to volume 1. Switch it to life and learning. Or I'm sorry, life and living. We selected it. We still have to click tune in because if you look up here, it says channel. It's still on the news. We selected life and living. We'll click tune in. It is 4:50 in the morning, so the TV show that is on is not going to be educational. Golf show, maybe? So this is to see how our boredom just went down. That's because we're watching this show. I usually leave TVs on all the time. Really, the zombies can only hear if you turn them on or off. As long as you turn the volume all the way down, leaving them on all the time is fine. Unless you're trying to conserve generator power. We know this goes outside, so we're not going to open that. We'll go ahead and close that. And since it's 5:10 in the morning, we'll stay up for the show because it'll be on at 6. So we'll just explore until then. And then we'll get us some sleep. Skill books. So while we're waiting for the show to start, we'll talk about skill books. We don't really have one we can use right now. This is volume 3 of electrician. So that's to work on. You can read in the description there are levels 5 through 6. We only have the skill level of 0 in electrical or electrician. So we would have to first get the first 4 levels, and then we'd be ready for levels 5 or 6, and that's when we can read this book. We can't read it until we get to we complete level 4. So it's kind of useless to us right now. But basically what it does is after you read the book, it gives you a XP multiplier on that skill. So whenever you do anything that causes you to get XP for that skill, you'll get a multiplier and therefore more XP so you can learn faster. It's 5:40. At 6 a.m. there'll be a show on. I don't know what kind of show, probably some kind of carpentry. So we'll just sit here and wait. We haven't read the book for carpentry yet, so we won't get the multiplier, but we'll still get base XP and learn something. Right now we have 0 carpentry level. I don't know for sure it's a carpentry show, but we'll watch our skills and see which ones go up. And after the show's over, we'll go to sleep. I think it's like 10 or 20 minutes in the game. But it should start right at 6. This is the 13th, so we've been alive for 4 days. Okay, it's a cooking show. Right now cooking is 0, or sorry, 3.25 from probably cooking I did before when I cooked the ground beef or whatever. So 3.25 XP, we'll see how much it goes up watching the show, and it'll give you a little notification. There's one for boredom going down. When it shows cooking skill, it'll be pointing up, showing that we're gaining XP. You get all the great flavor text of the dialogue in the show. Some of these are really funny. Especially the carpentry guy. He's hilarious. See, we already gained half a level in cooking. We're at 35 XP just from watching the show. No books. It would have gone even faster if we read the book. We've almost reached level 1. Who says TV is bad for you kids? You can actually learn stuff. Television shows, as long as we have power for the city, they'll be on at 6 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m. for educational. Any other shows are just for boredom. See you tomorrow, everyone. So the show is over at 6:30. We gained a little over 1 level of cooking. So that means we'll be able to do a better job of cooking in the future. And the next show is on at noon. What you can do is you can set your alarm to remind you to be in front of the TV. Ideally, you should be watching TV from day 1. But we didn't have a TV at the police station, I don't think. Plus, we were too busy learning other stuff. But now we'll try to watch it every show if we can. We don't want to sleep the day away anyway, so we'll set the alarm for 11:50 maybe. Yeah. We could sleep down here on the couch. I haven't even cleared upstairs yet. Alright. We'll sleep right here. Did they see us? No, not yet. It should get us up just before noon so we can watch the other show. Hopefully the zombies didn't hear the alarm. And then we'll loot the rest of the house. Alright. What are we learning about this morning? And you don't have to sit down, I just prefer to. And as long as you're within earshot to where you can see the text, you can learn. So if you're in the other room, as long as the TV is turned up loud enough, you can still learn from hearing it. This doesn't look like an educational show. Oh, it's a commercial. I see. How zombies don't see elevation for vision or sound. Woodcraft. Okay, we'll be learning carpentry today. We watch our carpentry skill go up. Peacock said, how zombies don't see elevation for vision or sound. Are you saying that they don't? I think they can see you in an upstairs window, can't they? Guess I never really thought about it. Let's build a bed, ladies. 6 planks, 4 nails, 1 mattress. Bang, bang, yeehaw. Oh, we already got a level of carpentry. And there she is, but the test drive can wait. See, this is the carpentry guy. We've done the exciting stuff. But I've also got to show you how to make a large table. Peace God says, if you're on the 2nd floor or higher, they see and hear you as if it was the 1st floor. Got it. That makes sense. Putting a generator on the roof is the same as putting it outside on the 1st floor. Okay. Oh, I hear the music's getting more dramatic, so zombies might be closing in on our position. Looks like the woodcraft show is over anyway. See if we can loot the rest of the house and then take care of whatever's outside. Chips. I guess I can leave that stuff there for now. Oh, actually, let's have some spaghetti bolognese. Breakfast of champions. So to open cans, as long as you have a can opener, you right click, do open. It'll take it out of the bag and the can opener as well. Click on main inventory. There it is being opened. And then it'll put the can opener back in your bag. Then you just right click on the can to eat it. If you have a fork or something, you'll use it, but we don't. So we're going to eat like a savage. And now we have an empty tin can, so we can drop it or just place it or put it in a trash can, whatever. Okay, they moved up there. Good. All right, let's start going through this stuff. Crossword magazine. Gonna pass on that. Little closet. Ooh, got a flashlight, or as they call it, hand torch. We'll grab both of these so we have them for the next time it gets dark. Again, using the aiming outline or the aiming cursor to look far away. I don't usually, if you watch me play normally, I don't usually close the blinds or curtains, but it's a good habit. Bathrooms send out medical supplies. If you're playing a male character, you'll need the razor if you want to shave your beard off. Luckily, the ladies don't need to shave their legs in this game. Bath towels can be used to dry yourself off with, so they're not bad to have with you. Because if you get soaked in the rain or something. Bandages are better than ripped sheets, so I'll grab that. Another pipe wrench. I'll leave it here for now since we're going to stay. Clothes, yay. Nothing great. Although, little black dress, huh? Yeah, what the heck, it's summertime. As you can see, the dress is going to offer less, going to reduce my protection. That's okay, though. I don't recommend it if you're still learning, but sometimes fashion is more important. Do I still have the bulletproof vest on? I do. And we'll just put the, what was it, jeans away. What else did it replace? Also, if you're trying to find like clothing, you can come up here to the column headers, click category, and it'll put them alphabetically. So then we look for C for clothing, which everything that we're wearing is down here, but I guess it only took off the pants to wear the dress. And then if you want it back to the way it was, you just click on the type and it'll put it in alphabetical order by type. I missed this one earlier. Downstairs bathroom. Okay, so something we could do. I would say pick a room that you're not going to be in very much. For example, we're going to walk up and down the stairs all the time. We're going to pass in front of this window a lot. The fact that it doesn't have curtains creates an opportunity for zombies to see us through this window. So we kind of want to eliminate that problem. So you have a couple of options. You can right click on this and do remove curtains. And if you see right there in the clue, it says it gives you one sheet. Then you can hang that sheet on another window. I don't like that. I think it looks trashy, but you can do it. The other option is you can use the pickup tool. Go underneath the tile that's under the window, and if you look, it shows pickup curtain. Click it, you'll remove that curtain, but it's actually a curtain, not a sheet. We'll go ahead and close that door since we don't want zombies to see us through there. And then we'll do place. And we can place it on this window by putting it on the tile underneath the window on this side. And then closing it. So now that window is covered. We also have this door, or this window here. So again, we'll go upstairs and find a room that doesn't have, or that we won't be going into very often. Like these windows are all exposed too. So if we're going to sleep in here most of the time, we'll keep those curtains. This one doesn't even have a window, nor does that one. This one we should close. And then, I guess it was this one. That doesn't have curtains either. So, neither does that one. So we have a lot to cover. So we don't have enough curtains or sheets to cover everything. So I showed you what this looks like as a regular curtain. We'll go ahead and take it. And the reason we're going to take it, I want to show you how to cover windows on doors. That door has a window. I don't think the front door did it? No. So you can cover that, but I don't think you can put curtains on it. I think you have to only put a sheet, but I'll try it because I don't know if I ever have. We'll pick up the curtain first. See, it won't let you place it on a door as curtains. So we'll put it back on the window. And then we'll right click it, remove curtains. Now it's going to take it as a sheet instead of curtains because we didn't pick it up. And you can put a sheet on a door by right clicking, add sheet. And it looks trashy. Then, oops, then you can, it's considered closing curtains or opening curtains even though it looks trashy. I think you can click over the door. No, I guess you have to right click it. That's how you can cover up a window on a door. But again, I'd rather have it on this other one. So take it off of here because we can close this other door to hide it. And we can add a sheet to a window instead of curtains, since the curtains are now destroyed. All right. So about 17 minutes left. We'll talk about securing the area of your safe house. We've cleared the inside of the house, so we're safe in here. There could still be zombies out back. There could be zombies out front, all around. It's best not to have any in the area. Do you want to be extra cautious? Look out the windows before you commit to going outside. Figure out what you have to deal with. So they've really moved up there, but we have about 4 or 5 up there that we can see. Looks pretty clear. I'm going to go ahead and go out the front door. I run out. Alright, we got some down by the police car we need to take care of. So we'll do that first. What's our axe looking like? Axe is still in good shape, so I'll use it, but we will need it to cut down trees, so I don't want to break it. Two of them saws. We could probably handle 3, but when you're just getting started, less is better. I try to take the one that's closest to me first, and sometimes one is faster than the other. Now, other zombies can hear you fighting other zombies, but that one didn't hear us, so he did not come over to investigate. Alright. Looking pretty clear down there is 1, 2, 3. We're not too close. We'll probably take care of them later. Although, I'll take that back. I usually say zombies are like spiders. You don't want to lose track of them. So let's clean these up now. How many? 4? Could draw more though. Yeah, let's try it. Now, right now this is one guy. So if we can get him before the other ones see us. I don't want to go too far south because then, yeah, there's even more. I guess we'll wait for them to migrate up closer to us. There is another building over here. I can search that next time though. Since we're running out of time, I want to talk about barricades real quick. We have an axe and we also have a saw. And that's what we need to do barricades. We also have a box of nails. I left it in the police car, but we'll grab them now. Because you'll need the axe to chop down a tree. You'll need the saw to turn them into planks. You'll need a hammer, which I think we have a hammer, right? Yeah. And a box and some nails to put the boards up on the windows. So if you notice, when you look at a tree, I'll show you. I'll get on this side. I would hop this, but this hedge right here, it'll cause damage and potentially scratch you. Damage to your clothes, potentially scratch you. But if you look at the tree, see how we can't see on the other side of it? It's just blocking our view. So even if you don't need it, it's best to cut these down around your safe house so that you have a clear line of sight. You can do it one of two ways. You can right click on the tree, do cut down a tree, gives you that little green dot so you know which one to click on. Or you can also just swing and hit it. How's our axe doing? Still in decent shape. But now we have a clear line of sight and we have 2 logs. We can turn those into planks. I'll just do 1 for now. You get 3 planks for each log. Alright, so we'll pick those up. They're a little bit heavy, so it might give us an encumbrance moodle. Yeah. Cigarette. Alright, something else we'll check real quick, or I'll show you. Go back in the house. Oh, we're missing the 6 o'clock show. Just in time. What are we learning today? That's why staying close to your safe house in the early days can be important if you want to gain some free XP for skills. What are we building? Sounds like camping, maybe? Oh, foraging went up. Wow, we gained almost a level of foraging. And if you go to the Project Zomboid wiki, you can look up all the shows and what they teach you. It'll even tell you which ones are on when. Is it over already? Wow, that was quick. So I grabbed planks. I got nails. What was I going to show? TV distracted me. All right, I'll think of it. So when you barricade stuff, first we have to open this box of nails. Oh, no, that's what I was going to show you. Okay. Right now, you look at our main inventory. Click on the cardboard box. It shows we're holding 25.2 out of 18. That's why we're over encumbered. So we're holding too much. So right now we can hold 18. Sometimes if you eat food, because we are hungry, we'll eat this entire box of cereal. It should give us a green hunger moodle. And we might be able to carry more. Although I think 18 might be our max. Alright, that was a bad example. My point is, when you're really hungry, you can carry less stuff. Your max capacity of carry encumbrance goes down when you're really hungry. Okay, barricades. You right click on the door or window. Forgot to open the box of nails. Because you can't access them in the box. So we'll open it. That gives us 100 nails. Now if we right click, there's an option to barricade with planks. Now there are a couple schools of thought on this, I guess. Probably the safest way to do this. I'll show you one. Well, I don't want to waste them though. Let's see. Alright. Technically, you can put up to 4 boards on the outside. And then you can put up to 4 boards on the inside for a total of 8. That's the most protection you can have with planks. You can also put metal sheets on there, but we don't have any of those. So we'll just do planks for now. The biggest thing I hear people say is if you put planks on the outside, they're more likely to attract zombies to start banging on the window. I don't know if that's true. I usually put them on the outside because I like the inside of the house to look nicer. But if you want to be safer for sure, I would say put the planks on the inside. I'm sorry, on the outside. Nope. I'm tired. Put them on the inside so the zombies don't see them. So right click, barricade. It'll put 1 plank up there. Hey little girl, welcome to the stream. As you can see, I got a little bit of an early start. Now if we open the curtains, you can still see out because it's 1 plank. And you can see the plank is on the window. So now, something to note, if we put another plank on there, you can still see out, okay? But if we put a 3rd plank on here, you can no longer see outside the window. So if you want to make it so you can still see outside, only put 1 or 2 planks on there. And for every plank you add, it makes the barricade stronger. So if you're not worried about seeing out the window, you can put 4 on the inside, 4 on the outside. If you're worried about them attacking the exposed planks, you can just put 4 on the inside. Little girl says, have you directed the future player to the map project? I have not. Is this the house directly north of Rosewood? It is. Good eye, good eye. What a little girl's talking about is the... Did I go in here? The map project for Project Zomboid. The little girl says, yeah, it is. I could put the link in the chat, but it's really easier if you just Google Project Zomboid map, and it'll come up as the Project Zomboid map project. You can actually take a look at the map of all the cities. Not just the way it looks here and just the colors in white and all that. You can actually see it like you would see it in the game. That's one way to become more familiar with the map. But good mention there, little girl. I appreciate it. Add anything else if you think of it too. But that way, if you want to try to find a safe house before you commit to playing the game and running around, you can use that map to figure out, hey, what's over here? Should I go that far? And all that stuff. So that's how you put barricades on the window. You can do the same for the door. Actually, I wanted to test something because I've never actually checked this. Ideally, if you want a very secure house, whoa, scared the heck out of me, bro. Of course, we're a little over encumbered, but that's okay. Well, I'll explain this though. Encumbrance can get you killed when you're fighting. So right now we're over encumbered. What you can do is while you're walking, you can drop the planks. Now the encumbrance modal is gone. We're in better shape to fight. So you basically just bring up your inventory and drag them to the ground and you'll drop them. Freeing up your character to fight without encumbrance. And I usually grab stuff that falls on the ground like their hat, drop it back on the zombie so when they decompose they take it with them. But I'll take his watch. Go get my planks again. Let me pause to catch up on chat. Little girl says, it is also a good thing to use, especially if you're new and need to orient yourself. Absolutely, that's true. Just remember it's an isometric view on that map, that Project Zomboid project map. So you won't be able to, you'll have to make sure you understand which way is north and south like I showed you earlier. So you know which directions you need to go on the map in the game. Otherwise, it's the same. Peacecoff says, if you put the barricades on the outside, it attracts zombies. Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Zombies are attracted to all player constructions. That is also my understanding. Thank you, sir. Little girl says, very important piece of info about the map project. It only reflects the vanilla map. Modded maps are a different thing. Very true. Sometimes you can go to the mod in the workshop for the modded map and it'll give you at least show you where it is in the world, but not always. Depends on the creator. But very true about the vanilla part. All right, I was going to test something with the door here. Now, I've seen it sometimes if you have a barricade, you can walk through it on a door. I think it depends on which side you put it on. So the door opens out. Close it for a second. I'm going to try putting a barricade on here. Just one. I want to see if I can still go through it or not. All right, I guess not. Let's take that off. Oh, that's another thing. You'll have to have either a hammer, which we have, or a crowbar to remove a barricade. So right click, unbarricade. You should lose the nails, but we'll get the plank back. Now if we close it, you can open the door, but you cannot pass through. Really? It wouldn't let me open it on either side. Weird. I know I've seen it happen before because it always bothered me. Maybe it's a multiplayer thing? Basically what would happen, I would be looting with other people. I would see a barricade on the door, but somehow they would open it and go right through it, and I could pass through it, but there was a board there. So I don't know why it's not doing it now. It must be a multiplayer thing. But that's how you block a door. And a window. I don't think I need a barricade anymore today, so we'll set these on the ground. Yeah, that would be multiplayer? Okay. When it was on the inside, that makes sense, yeah. Because it opens out. Okay. So really, based on Peacecoff's confirmation, if you want to secure this, you will want to put at least 2 boards on the inside of every window and door, doors that you don't plan on using. I recommend you always have 2 exits. One in the front, well, I should say one on one side of the building, one on the other side of the building. That could mean this door and this back door. Keep those unbarricaded so you can pass in and out. Or you could board up one of the doors, so one of the doors is still accessible. And you could go upstairs. Yeah, we'll talk about escape ropes, actually. We'll do an escape rope. What clues you got, buddy? So I decided I want to put an escape rope on one of the upstairs windows. Because it's 2 stories, you're going to need 2 ropes. You can make them out of clothing. So we'll start with the suit pants. Right click, craft sheet rope. It says 1 or all 5 because we have suit pants you can use. That's 1. Socks is 2. Formal shirt is 3. I don't know where the other 2 are coming from. Something I'm holding. Oh, it's the socks I have on me. 2 more. Because those socks can be made into sheet ropes as well. But I don't want to use the socks I'm holding. I'm saving those because they're lighter. So we'll just do 2. We'll use these suit pants. We'll just do 1. And then we'll do this shirt and make it into a sheet rope by doing 1. Now we have 2 sheet ropes, and they're not light. They each weigh 0.8. So if you carry too many, they'll weigh you down. In fact, we're already over encumbered. I should probably put some of this stuff away. But I'm going to show you how to do the escape rope first. This window might be okay. It's probably the one we're going to use. Now we'll do this one, since it's in our bedroom. So you open the window. You have to have at least 1 nail, 2 sheet rope, and a hammer. And it could be a claw hammer or a ball peen hammer or a stone hammer. The wooden mallet or club hammer won't work. And now that we have the window open, we have nail and 2 sheet rope. We right click on it, add escape rope. Now you can see it's hanging out the window. And the way you use it, you can use the E key and hold it down if you're having trouble, if it's not working right away, because sometimes if you're not standing right on it, it won't work. You can also right click on the rope and climb through as an option. So we'll do that. You shimmy down the rope. Hopefully there's no zombies at the bottom. And you can also enter the house this way. Problem here is if you have zombies in hot pursuit on your tail, if they see you go up this rope, they will pull it down. So be aware of that. If you're going to climb, make sure that they don't see you do it. And then now you have another way to get out, and you can board up one of the doors. You'll have an exit on the front door downstairs, and then an exit up here for emergencies. Peace Cop says, yeah, even if you only put 1 on the windows, you'll hear them banging away. True. What Peace Cop is saying is, if you have limited planks or you just don't want to put a ton of planks up, you could put 1 on every window or door, and you'll hear them banging on the plank before they destroy a door or a window. So you'll have time to go outside and clear the zombies before they break through the plank. So yeah, 1 is better than none. For total security, you'll have 4 on each side, or at least 4 on the inside. If I'm going to do it at all, like if I'm in a busy area, I'm probably going to do 2 on every window on the outside. The reason I do outside, I know they're attracted, but I kind of want them to be because I want to get rid of them. But also, I don't want them to break the glass. If you have the planks on the inside, they'll break the glass first, and then they'll break the planks on the inside. So, something to keep in mind. If you put 3, you can still see out. No, sir, you can't. At least I'll show you. Unless I'm missing something. Please do. If I'm wrong, let me know. So I have 3 on this one. We cannot see outside. But if I take the top one off, now you can see. Yeah, it's 2. It's 2. In fact, my favorite You can do, like I said, you can do metal sheets also. You need a propane torch and I think a welder's mask and a metal sheet. Those are stronger. But my preferred is metal bars. You need 3 bars, propane torch, and the welder's mask. And the reason I like the metal bars is they're almost as strong as a metal sheet, but you can see through them. So that's why I prefer those. I tend to use metal sheets. So I never run into that. That's fair. Admiral Rex, last time I checked, there is a bug in the game where you can hang a sheet rope with just a nail, the ropes, and no hammer. Really? Well, let's try it. I'll get another cup of sheet rope. So this is the midnight show. You won't learn anything from it, but it'll reduce boredom. Like if you're stuck in the house for a long time because of an injury or something, you can use the TV to reduce your boredom. We'll go ahead and use the one of the ones in my pack. All right, we have 2 sheet rope again. I'll put my hammer down before I try this. So we'll set the hammer down here. I don't think I have any other hammers. Screwdriver, saw. No other hammers, but we have nails and we have 2 sheet rope. Let's try it. Wow. You are correct, Admiral. When did that happen? The reason I didn't see that, or I didn't realize that was a thing, many months ago, I did a multiplayer with Drunk on Life, and we were stuck in an upstairs apartment, and I was trying to add an escape rope. I had the ropes, I had a nail, but all I had was a club hammer, and it would not work. So it does work, but if you right-click on it, then you can remove the escape rope as well. That's cool. I did not know that. Another thing you can do, let's pick up my hammer before I forget. If you're going to use a sheet rope to go in and out the window all the time, because what you can do is if you get a sledgehammer, you can go downstairs and destroy these stairs. So the zombies, if they get into the bottom floor, they can't come upstairs. I don't like doing that because I prefer the stairs, but that is definitely something you can do to protect yourself. So without the stairs, the zombies can't get up here. Even with a sheet rope, they can't climb it. The only danger there is they could be waiting at the bottom for you. But let's say you're going to use sheet ropes exclusively to enter your second floor. You might want to drop extra sheet ropes here, as well as maybe a couple of nails, so that if the zombies do pull the sheet rope out, you won't have access to it anymore. And if you don't have clothes to turn a sheet rope, you're going to have to jump out the window with no rope. So having spares upstairs, you can replace the rope and climb out safely, or pick them up and go to a different window, drop a rope and climb out safely. You want to make sure you can always drop another rope in case they get pulled down. It's been that way forever, huh? Man, I don't know how I missed it then. Unless somehow having the club hammer disables that because it's the wrong tool. But I did not know that. Thank you. That's a great tip. Now I know I don't need a hammer. That's awesome. All right. Well, I've hit my 2-hour stream for today. I think I've shown everything I want to show for now. Let's try to get rid of some of these moodles first. Tired, peckish. Move some of our stuff into our pack. Oh, we're almost out of room. I should put some of this food away. Carrying too much. Go ahead and eat the crackers. We'll save the rice to make a meal with later. Kind of don't want to eat the syrup or the honey either. So we can use that for other stuff. Now we'll eat the chips. All right. Fruit cocktail. Get some of the stuff in our bag. How's our pipe wrench doing? Okay, so here's another decision to make. Because I saw the nightstick, I asked myself, should I replace the pipe wrench with the nightstick? And I say yes, because we can use the pipe wrench to plumb the sink later. Right now we have unlimited water, but once the water gets turned off, we're going to need to set up rain barrels and use the pipe wrench to plumb it to our kitchen sink. So even though we can probably find another pipe wrench, I'm going to go ahead and keep this one safe just in case. And we will put our nightstick on our belt instead and use that as a weapon. Our short blunt weapon instead of the pipe wrench. Put the painkillers away. Thought I dropped these sheet rope. All right, that fixed our encumbrance problem. Fill our bottle up. And then I'll sleep real quick, take care of the tired noodles, so we'll be fresh for tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream. And you can still close the curtains. I don't know if you can close the window. I've never tried. Oh, I did not know that. But I would keep it open so you can climb out quickly. But you can close the curtain to break line of sight and still climb through the curtain if you need to. Is this light on? It must be, right? Yeah. Seems dark for some reason. We're a little bit bored, but that's okay. Let's see, 2:30. We don't want to sleep all day. In fact, really don't want to miss a TV show if we can help it. So we'll just do a quick sleep. In this case, let's just go sleep downstairs. Be right in front of the TV, or we can bring the TV upstairs. That's probably a better thing to do. So to move the TV, probably don't have to turn it off, but I'm going to. Pick up the TV with the pickup tool. And we'll pick up the table too. Might as well take both of them. And it is really heavy load, very heavy load. You can palm them in your hands to make it a little bit less of an encumbrance. Yeah, even got rid of the encumbrance noodle. And we're still, if you look at our primary and secondary circles, we're carrying one in each hand. Very realistic. We'll just put it right here. Before we can place it with the place tool, you have to unequip it. As well as the TV. And then we'll keep it turned on. It's already set for life and living. So now we can... Actually, I'm not going to sleep yet, because if I do, I'll forget I only slept a couple hours tomorrow. And then we'll leave the house and get tired right away. That won't be good. But as I'm saying my goodbyes, we might make the next show. We'll see. So thank you everyone for coming out to check out the stream. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to stop by and hang out with me. Thank you for all the likes and all the laughs. We got 14 likes today. I think people are liking this series. Thank you so much. Apologies to Jacksepticeye. We ran out of time today. I'll be sure to get him on the stream soon. So until next time, keep on keeping on. Safe journey and keep on surviving. Enjoy the rest of whatever you have left, day or night. Admiral says your tips were well done. Take care. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the kind words. And thank you as well, Bad Sad. Little girl says, have a good day, folks. And Aldrin says, thanks for the stream. You're very welcome. Tomorrow I'll be streaming Zomboid, of course, but it'll be Sneaky Pete's challenge server. Get back to that. I may keep the new player's guide for the weekends, although I am enjoying doing it, so I might throw a couple in during the week. But I'll be doing Sneaky Pete's tomorrow. So until then, everyone, enjoy your day or night, and I will see you soon. Bye.